such a pleasure to be part of the judging panel for this competition. What I really enjoyed was the level at which some of the coffee shops are at, in terms of the quality of the coffee, in terms of just the standard of service that you are finding in these coffee shops themselves.
The whole part of what this competition was there to do was to educate the public as to what a really good cappuccino really entails. We judged on two specific beverages, an espresso and a cappuccino. And they sort of cover both ends. And the cappuccino, as I've said, is that wonderful, rich, creamy liquid where you get the milk adds to the deep flavors of the coffee, so you have this lovely drink. The espresso is something that's wake me up.
Coffee society is not just about the coffee, but it's about the whole environment when you're in a coffee shop. It's about the ambience, the creativity, before you actually get to tasting the coffee itself.
Guys are thinking out of the box, and I think that's where coffee is. There is so much good coffee out there. You've got to create something different to get people to your venue.
Lineage Coffee, Old Main Road, Hillcrest.
I think it provides a moment of reflection on how well you've done. You know, it's just that form of recognition that you don't often get, and we know from running the coffee magazine that every time we publish an article about a cafe or a barista, you know, it makes their day, it makes their month, it makes their year, because that recognition is hard to come by. And so platforms like these really do a lot to uplift and empower people in the industry, which is amazing.
We are very humbled, you know, I mean, it's not every day like where you get an opportunity to be recognized, and we are very grateful. You know, I think it's more of an inspiration. It's actually saying to us, you've got to keep up the good work. But the most of it, I mean, is to be grateful for these moments, because they help us to grow. And I'm pretty sure from now onwards is to make sure that like we keep our standard up and be consistent and be as humble as we can be. You know, I think for me, it's a special moment.
It's a question of consistency, training, background, experience, and people who take it most seriously are the people who bubble up to the top, who actually become the award winners.
I would like to thank Battle of the Beans and Selati Company for recognizing us as a beginner's coffee shop. We are the starters, but we hope the best. Thank you.
This is Massive Bean, where happiness begins.
I'm ecstatic, very surprised. Did not see it coming at all, but I'm super happy that they chose me. I feel like, I worked hard for it, even though I didn't know I was working for it.
Just want to say thank you to Battle of the Beans. This competition has been great. It's so great to be recognized as one of the great coffee shops in Durban and KZN. And thank you, and we'll hope for a lot more events like this.
Obviously, it wouldn't happen without great sponsorship. So to find a sponsor like Selati, because when you find such sponsorship behind such competitions, it really gives it the gravitas that it needs, and it gives it that stature that says there is a corporate who really looks at this competition, sees how important it is, and sees how important it is for the industry itself.
Your coffee barista is almost part of the family. So when you get up in the morning and you're not having a great day, you almost take your inspiration or your good morning from your coffee barista. So if that coffee barista is in a happy space, that's great. It lifts your spirits, and the coffee does the rest. The kick from the caffeine does the rest. So I think it's very important as entrepreneurs to know that when you're dealing with those customers, how special you are in our lives. We literally can't do without our daily caffeine. So thank you.
I'm Dale from Crane Flower Coffee. I'd just like to thank Selati and Battle of the Beans for including us, and we're excited for this competition to get our brand out there and for us to grow. So thank you.
Thanks to Selati, thanks to Coffee Collab, Battle of the Beans for organizing this, and kind of recognizing the coffee community for what it is.